Good afternoon. We're back here at TB's cabin. Let me fix that camera. Okay, yeah, I'm TB. Anyway, I was tired, yes. I've been cutting wood for the past 3 days. Well, actually, past last week I cut wood. I've got 8 rick in now, and I brought in another rick today, and I got to go back and get the rest of that tree tomorrow. Which isn't much. It was a big tree. I'm probably going to get, it's made about 3 rick out of this one tree. I've gotten altogether 9 rick coming when I get it all worked up. Got 2 rick now, and I've got 7 stacked. So it's not too bad. And this one here turned out to be hickory, not oak. I thought it was oak until I went to cutting and looking it over. It's hickory. You know, it's the slickest bark oak I ever seen, because oak is not made like that. It looks like hickory to me. It smells like hickory. Hickory is more of a slickish bark than what oak is. Oak is kind of a rough, felted look type bark usually. But I wanted to clarify something too about the machete. Difference between machetes and the tomahawk or the hand axe. You see, up in the northern countries, when there's ice on, your tomahawk or your hand axe is probably the better choice up there, because when there's ice on the wood, it's harder to cut through ice and wood. Not that you can't split wood good when it's cold, you can. But I'm talking about here, most usually a good hand axe or tomahawk is going to be your best bet if you're up in the mountains or up in the northern regions. You know, places like Tennessee, Ohio, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Utah. You may want to use a hand axe or a tomahawk. Tomahawks are made more for weaponry is what the difference is. They're just a hand axe too, basically, except that they're more balanced and when they're made by a good craftsman that does that line of work. But I just wanted to clarify that a machete might not cut through that ice and wood as well. It's not heavy enough to. Your axe is built kind of like a wedge on the back, and it's wider and everything than what a machete would ever be. Now, the machete's alright for trim work, splitting cook wood and small, splitting dry wood that's already cured. It will do that. I was splitting some green the other day, but the reason you shouldn't do that, it was just for demonstrations to show you that it will split it. But when you split wind-shook green knotty wood, you can bend your blade, or your steel. It can warp it. That's the only thing about using a machete. It will warp it some. Mine I'm going to have to reheat and straighten now because I've warped it. But it's a tool made for desperation, and if that's all you have to use, then by all means split your cooked wood or your wood with it. So instead dry, have a warm fire to keep warm in the winter. But that's all I wanted to do, let y'all know. I'm getting tired now. I'm going to have to go to sleep. I'm not talking too clearly, or thinking clearly rather. But anyway, just wanted you to know the difference between a good hand axe, a tomahawk, and a machete. A tomahawk can be thrown. It can be used for chopping, cutting wood, what have you. But what I found about throwing away your weapon is never really a good choice, because then if you ain't got a backup weapon, you're in some trouble when the other man has a weapon. Anyway, I just wanted to clarify why you might want to prefer an axe up in the northern country because of the ice on the wood. Well, I'm going to turn in now. God bless all of you. Thanks for tuning in with TB. It's just about midnight and I'm just about wore out. Been cutting, splitting wood all day. Hauled in half a tree on the trailer, on the trunk this evening. So I'm going to turn in Thanks for tuning in with TB.